I think you have a really cool story because, a, you got you're a big man and you got pretty up there in the weight, and
Oh
then
yeah.
you're like what, 6'3", 6'4"?
Oh, everybody thinks I'm 6'3". No, I'm 6'1". I'm probably
6'1".
closer to 6'2", but I'm not going to say 6'1.5". I'm taller than 6'1", shorter than 6'2". So I'm
I'm
6'1".
5'10", so you're 6'3" to me. So.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Fair enough.
But you got I think you hit over 300 pounds. You mentioned,
Yeah,
right?
I was at my heaviest at 312, man. Yeah, I was a big boy, dude. Whew, I was a big boy.
Why do you
But
think that happened?
oh, I just got lazy. You
Yeah.
know, I got lazy. I was complacent. I was married at the time, so you know,
Yeah.
yeah, you're not really motivated. I hadn't really found the red pill yet.
Mhm.
That would come much, much later. But yeah, I got lazy. And, listen, for all of Darcy's faults, she was a very good cook.
Mhm.
And she cooked very well. And I ate a lot and I got lazy and ended up getting fat, man.
What'd
That's
she
really
get
all
you
there is to
with?
it.
My girl always makes tacos, and she always puts 10 in front of me, and she knows because she's out to sabotage me, as they
Sure.
all are.
Oh, yeah, of course they are. They're all trying to fatten you up. Yeah. Darcy was very good at Italian food.
Oof.
Yeah, like the dude, she would make the angel hair pasta spaghetti, and oh god, she was garlic bread, and it was fucking wonderful. She was very, 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 very good in the kitchen. She's not as good as Dev is, though.
Mhm.
Devin's exquisite because she's worked in kitchens her whole life. But
Oh, wow.
yeah, Darcy was very, very good at she was a very, very good cook. So that was part of the deal there. Yeah.
So let's get into the juicy stuff. Let's talk about your red pilling. I want to talk about that. So you divorced, you got married at 24, you moved down with Darcy and Florida, and then you guys divorced then, or was Darcy was the Darcy situation lead you to the red pill, or how
No,
exactly did it come about?
no. There were four relationships, and I actually talked about this at my 21 convention speech a couple of years back. But there were four relationships that led me to the red pill.
Mhm.
But the most insignificant relationship that caused me to Google, hey, why do girls get over breakups so easily? That's the one that directly led me to the red pill. So to make a very, very long story, very, very short, Darcy was my first introduction to the red pill. I didn't know it yet, but she was. She was a redneck, basically, trailer trash, committed paternity fraud in her last marriage. I didn't find that out until 5 years later.
Jesus
Of
Christ.
course, we get married. I'm trying to be the nice guy. Don't get any sex, blah, 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 blah. We joined the Catholic Church, and all this. That's why I have the Hail Mary on my arms.
Oh, wow.
So
You
then
went
we
to
get,
mass and stuff on Sundays?
oh, yeah. We used to do all that. We went to RCIA and all that stuff.
Oh, wow.
So we ended up. I mean, we were married for 7 years, got divorced. Then, of course, after her, I hooked up with this girl named Carla. I never fucked her, but I wanted to, and she literally sort of led me down. And listen, I was an idiot because I wanted to fuck her. My intentions were very impure. I didn't realize I thought that saving women was the key to being successful with them. I saved Darcy because she was living with her parents and destitute, no place to go. So I figured, all right, well, maybe that was just Darcy. Let's try it again. So this girl, Carla, I actually worked with her. She calls me up one day. Oh, my boyfriend kicked me out, right? And so she's living with her sister. And she told me that her sister said that she could live there for 2 weeks and she's going to kick her out. So I took all my money and I rented her house, 3-bedroom, 2 bathrooms, right near downtown, fenced in backyard. I paid the rent. Dude, I put the rent in my name, cable in my name, electricity in my name, blah, 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 blah. Come to find out, she's still sleeping with with the father of her son. She has 4 kids, only had custody of one because CPS took away the other 3. So she's sleeping with the baby daddy who was fresh out of prison. I find out about that I bounced on her. Then I got with Amy. Amy, I actually met at school. I went to a small community college in North Carolina to be a paralegal, incidentally enough.
Wow.
And so I met Amy. Amy, dude, she's a fucking smoke show. Easily at the time, she's a 9 out of 10. Easy. 19
Are these all
years
white
old.
chicks?
Oh, no, Carla, Puerto Rican, Carla's Puerto Rican, Darcy is white, Amy is white, and Susie was Mexican.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
all of the above. So I got with Amy, and it was a great relationship at first. I found out on my birthday that she had been cheating on me. 1 month later, her baby daddy, who had impregnated her at 13 years old, gets out of prison. I
Carla?
don't. No, this is Amy.
Okay,
Yeah,
Amy.
this
This
is
is
Amy.
after Carla.
This is after Carla. So no,
Okay.
so the baby daddy gets out of prison. He had been sent to prison because for statutory rape. He impregnated her when she was 13. That's why she had a 6-year-old kid at 19 years old.
Yikes. And this is the Mexican girl?
No, this is the white girl. This is
White girl.
Amy.
Okay.
Yeah, this is Amy.
Okay.
Yeah, and so we got together. She cheated on me. The ex-husband, the ex-baby daddy ended up, so she ended up marrying him. She left me to marry him. And so I moved west after that. And maybe a month or two after I moved west, one of our mutual friends calls us up and says, "Hey, Ben's dead." Well, what the hell happened? Well, Amy was cheating on Ben, and the guy she cheated with ended up shooting him point blank range in the chest with a shotgun. Yeah.
What city was this in?
This was in. Well, I can't give that information away because I
that's
don't
fine.
want to get proprietary information.
Yeah.
But it was in a very redneck, rural part of North Carolina. I'll just put it that way.
Holy shit! I never knew that.
Oh, yeah. So, but that could have been me, right? Like that was sort of granted a stay of execution. Well, rewind about a month. So I go to Vegas, and I get the very first job that I applied for. It's a call center job. I made stupid money there. It was ridiculous. I didn't realize how lucrative it would be. And I get with this Mexican girl. She's really not even that good looking.
Was it sales or was it customer service?
No, it was absolutely hardcore telemarketing. Well, it wasn't even telemarketing. It was inbound sales. Sales.
What were you selling? I used to sell contracts for Sears, like warranties. You said cell phones?
Mm-hmm. Yep, cell phones, man. Yeah,
what year was this?
This was in 10, right here in 2010. Yeah.
So right when cell phones were really taking off.
Oh yeah. And so this was in July of 10. So I get this job, and we're going through training, and this Mexican girl is flirting with me. I'm flirting with her. Again, she wasn't even that good looking. She was a little bit overweight, had huge tits. She had terrible breath. I never really understood why I even got with her. So, after the 2-week training, they congratulate us and throw us a pizza party. Oh, let's go to the club and blah, 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 blah. So we get drunk. I fucked her on our friend's couch, and that apparently consummated the relationship. So it took me a few weeks to realize that she was very low quality. She had a bratty son. She was dirty. Like her house was always dirty. So I was like, all right, Susie, like this is it. I can't do this anymore, blah, 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 blah. So then I broke up with her. Well, she seemed very indifferent about it. She didn't really seem to care, right? She told me she loved me after like a week and a half, which was fucking weird. And so, all right, cool. No problem, no drama. So then I go home. I'm, just getting ready for my Saturday night. And the mutual friend of ours calls us up. She's like, yeah, I heard you dumped Susie. Yeah, telling her about what happened. She's like, well, I just talked to her. She actually sounds pretty good right now. I was like, okay, well, good for her. She's like, yeah, she's getting ready to go out on a date. And I'm like, what? Going out on a date? Like I dumped this bitch like 3 hours ago. What the fuck is she already going on? I had no idea. So then I Googled why do girls get over breakups so easily? I found menarbetterthanwomen.com, returnofkings.com, and that. The rest is history.
Wow, dude. How old are you when that happened? What age?
I was 32.
So you kind of like got like red pilled, one would say a little bit later in life.
Oh, yeah. The red pill process started when I was a kid. Of course, you don't realize it until later, but my mom was always cheating on my dad. Like my dad was the doting, dutiful husband. I love you. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. And she could not have treated him any worse. And so I didn't realize it at the time, but that was really how women were. My mother was the virgin bride, but she ended up still becoming a raging slut. And so, and that of course is because, military wives are always slutty. But yeah, that's sort of my red pill life story in a nutshell.
You got red pilled in Las Vegas. That's like fucking turbo red pill. That's like, you ever drink what was that fucking red energy drink that like was like basically cocaine in a bottle? Red Line. You ever take that stuff?
Yeah.
Before?
Oh yeah. It's real thick and syrupy, dude. That will have you lit, man. Oh,
that kept me up for like fucking 36 hours before because I drank the whole bottle.
Yeah.
I didn't know one serving size was half of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right. It's half a bottle, but you drink the whole motherfucker and you're like, dude, why can I not close my eyes? You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I still awake at 3 o'clock in the morning? Oh yeah.
So you took the red pill and then you were in Las Vegas, which was like turbo red pill.
Oh yeah.
What were some things like? When did this is going to sound pretty jaded, but when did you basically lose all faith in women?
You know what, man? It's interesting. It took a while because even though I was red pilled and I got really good with women. But
Mm-hmm.
even when I was really good with women, when I was sleeping with 2, 3, sometimes 4 girls at the same time, it I still held out hope that I don't want to say that I was holding out for my special snowflake, but I figured, you know what? Listen, all women can't be like this. Most women are like that. Like it was almost like I was thinking of Waywalt, right? Most women are like that. But the more how can I put this? The more experience I had with extremely attractive women, the more I realized that they really are they all operate exactly the same way.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, dude, I had actually committed to 6 strippers. I dated 6 strippers exclusively. All 6 strippers cheated on me. I have many strippers. It's dude, I strippers, cocktail waitresses. I probably snorted my weight and a half in cocaine. Like we always love McDonald's straws because they're dude, like I lived the party Vegas life. And
Right.
listen, I wouldn't trade it for the world because it was a magic carpet ride. But after the last stripper, I think her name was like Kelly or Kelly. I don't even know if that was a real name. But after the last stripper cheated on me, at that point, it didn't really hurt that bad because it had happened so many times. And so I said, you know what? This really is kind of the way women are. Like this is, and I didn't lose all humanity. I just understood. I understood that I had to treat them and operate with them in a different way. So a couple of weeks later, I'm at Planet Hollywood, and oh Jesus Christ, no, not Planet Hollywood. I'm at Hard Rock Cafe, and the hostess, dude, one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life. Her name is Chrissy. Huge fucking fake. She was not wearing a bra, long black hair all the way down to her ass. And I wanted to fuck her. Like I wanted to fuck her big time. And so I walked up and I was like, hey, party of 2 or 3 or whatever. I think I was with a couple of buddies of mine. And she's like, okay, right this way. And so she sits us down. I was like, here, come sit with us. And she sits down right next to me. Right. She's looking at me right in the face. I was like, do you have and I said to her, I was like, do you have a boyfriend? And before she answers, I said, not anymore, number. And she was like, wow, I've never, okay. And it's almost like she didn't realize what she was doing. And I was like, all right. So, all right, cool. I said, I'll call you tonight. We'll hang out. And that was that. I fucked her that night and she kept telling me, no man has ever approached me like that before. It just shocked the shit out of me. John, this girl was a hard 10. This dude, like this girl could have any man she wanted to. She regularly got proposals from dudes worth into the 7 and 8 figures. And for the longest, I actually thought she was a stripper. Right? Like I contacted all my stripper contacts. Dude, I contact all the girls. I do a bunch of bounces, do a bunch of owners. Listen, I'm showing pictures. Listen, does this girl work in your club? Because I thought, dude, her body was unbelievable. She was never a stripper. So I dated her on and off for I was always f***ing her. And, but I was completely and totally red pilled by then. John, I treated this girl like absolute dog shit. Listen, she could not get enough of me. And that in my mind is and honestly, if I had met her a year before, I might have committed to her.
Define
right?
dog shit. How bad were you?
Dude, I used to cuss her out. I used to call her fucking names. I used to tell her she wasn't shit. Like she'd be like, dude, we'd be driving or whatever, and she'd be in my ear about something, and I would just turn up the volume. Or sometimes it'd be like, Chrissy, shut the fuck up. I'm gonna fucking drop you off right here. Like, what the like I used to talk down to, like I used to call her dumb, stupid. And sometimes I'd feel bad about it because at some point she would stop talking. I would just tell her whatever the she had to do to tell her whatever I had to do to get her to stop talking. And she would be quiet. And I'm like, wow, she's really quiet. And then, her eyes would kind of well up. And that's when I kind of felt bad. And she would be like, Donovan, listen, man, like, you don't have to call me dumb all the time. She's like, I know I'm not the brightest tool or the brightest crayon in the box, but you don't have to call me dumb. So there was a little bit of heart. I mean, I did feel bad sometimes, but I understood that I could not treat this girl. I couldn't treat her like we were told to be treated. I had to treat her like shit. And dude, this girl treated me like a fucking god. She was always at my house. She would clean up my place. She couldn't cook for shit. She did whatever I want. All this dressing up like a slut started with her. Like that's where I got it from. Devin's not the first girl I've ever turned into a star. This girl, and I used to make her, this is funny. I used to, when she came to my house, and this is how I broke her of being an attention, because when my friends would come over, they were always, trying to talk to her. Now, one thing about Chrissy that I will say, she always made sure that she was a bitch to everybody. Dudes would try to talk to her when we were out and about. Like, they would approach her. I didn't give a shit. Whatever. If you want to fuck them, go on and fuck them, one less headache. But she used to be an ultra bitch to people. Like, everybody thought Chrissy was a bitch, but she treated me like a fucking god. So when my friends used to come over, she used to be nice to my friends. She never flirted with them, not that I know of. So what I ended up doing, I said, all right. So she came to my place, and I knew my friends were coming, all right? Dude, I used to do this every time. I tried this one time. I said, listen, I said, strip down. I said, strip down. She's like, okay. Takes off all her clothes. She's stark naked good God, she's stark naked except for like a twinkle chain she had. I said, okay, I've got red heels over there. Go ahead and I said, put those on. She's like, ooh. So she's like, what do I do now? I said, sit right there. She's like, what are you doing this for? I was like, you're going to sit there and naked in heels until I decide I want to fuck you, right? Whether I was going to fuck her or not didn't matter. And so she's like, all right, well, I guess I'm just going to sit here naked in heels. So she's sitting there playing with her phone as usual. All of a sudden, ding dong. Guess what she does?
Oh, no.
Guess what she does when she hears the doorbell or when she hears the buzzer coming up? She gets up and she makes a beeline to the bathroom, locked herself in the bathroom, and did not come out until my friends left an hour later. And I did that. I locked her clothes in a safe, right? And so to avoid my friends from being all gaga-eyed and her causing conversations, so anytime she came over to my place and I knew my friends were coming over, strip down, I'm going to put your clothes in my safe, and you're going to wear nothing but heels. And when they come over, then, listen, and it was funny. Like, the second time she did this, like, and the buzzer comes up. Gerald, my the guard at the oh Jesus, I'm drawing a blank. The guard at the place they used to live at the Soho right there on Las Vegas Boulevard, and she'd get up. I was like, wait a minute, where are you going? You don't have to go. And she's like, I'm not gonna sit here naked in front of your friends. It's like, no, it'll be a good time. Please, by all means, no, dude, right to the fucking bathroom. So anyway, that's just sort of. But Chrissy is she's the type of girl. She was 19 when I met her. She was 22 when I ended up moving. She actually ended up moving to Reno because I moved to Reno, right? I didn't see her one time when I was in Reno. She literally followed me to Reno. She was there for 6 months. And then she ended up moving back to Vegas. I actually heard from her about 2 years ago. She was pregnant. So some sucker decided to put a baby in her.